Kyra, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
I'm not talking yet.
Okay.
Hi, Mama.
Good morning, sweetie.
Have you started class?
No, you want to come start it? Okay. Oh, how nice. Okay. Let me get out of your way. Say good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Today, we're going to start with some head nods.
To work your neck.
Yeah. And then head circle.
Okay.
So one head nod and then one back. And a head circle this way. And another.
Anything else?
And then arm circles.
And what do you have to do with your feet?
Keep them straight.
Okay. Do you see them doing it with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And then reverse. Okay, go have some breakfast, my love. Thank you. Nice job, Merrick. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
All right. Good morning. Feet pointed straight ahead. Hands together in front of your heart. Center your body for a moment. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the muscles hug to the bones. From the inner heel to the outer big toe, or outer little toe, big toe, outer heel, all four corners of your feet connected. Then drawing that energy up the shins and letting the muscles hug to the bones of the shins. And if that lets your leg bone align a little better in the knee, allow that to happen. Bringing your awareness all the way up into your hips. And you can just pull your feet towards each other a little bit. Feel the inner thighs turn on. Press your feet wider apart. Feel the outer hip turn on. Pull your feet back on the ground and feel your hamstrings activate and maybe your glutes. And then push your feet forward and feel the front of your legs, quads and hip flexors turn on. Feel all of those muscles just show up and come online. And then into your glutes, into your breath. Bringing anything that's happened before this in the morning and anything that needs to happen after this time to just fall away and for you to show up right here, right now, to take some care and attention to your being, your body. And then bring your arms down. Feet grounded on the floor with all that attention to the muscles that are around your legs. And then let's go ahead and start with shoulder rolls today, up and forward and around. Strong straight arms, tight belly, glutes active. And backwards, up and back and around. Forward once more. Strong elbows. And backwards, up, back, around. There's that. Elevation, retraction, down, protract, around, up. Moving all through the shoulders. Nice. Take your feet wide, and then just come down into a bit of a sumo squat, horse squat. And just start to warm up your legs a little bit here. Down and press. Feeling the muscles around your legs show up, around your hips. One more. And now stay down. This time take your arms up above you. And then as you press up, I want you to lift up so your thoracic back gets a little bit of extension. And then come down, reach those arms up, press up as you come out of that. Good. Down, reach, arms up, shoulders get to lift, press down, help yourself come up. Couple more, down, reach, pressing your head like you're coming up through the clouds, and down. Lift your chest. Good, opening up your thoracic back just a little bit. And then back to feet pointed straight ahead. Into some footwork, up onto your toes. See if I can, it's easier if I just step off the mat to see my feet. Up onto your toes 10 times. Glutes a little bit active, belly a little active. Help that turn the leg bones into the position that they need to be in. Knee aligned with ankle. And then feet out. Hug to the midline, squeeze in, feel all the muscles of your leg. Hug to the bone, and then lift and lower. 10 more. And then toes together, heels out, and lift and lower. Bringing the weight to the inside of your feet. Good. All of these toe raised position is footwork, but it also moves the femur bone into the socket, into a different place, repositioning that femur bone, helping to align the bones of the leg. That's going to bring more energy, stop any energy leaks that might be happening where there's misalignment in the leg or the pelvis. Back to straight, and then last 10. Excellent. Then if you have a wall, go back to it. If you don't, then just do these in space. But come back to the wall, heels at the wall, feet pointing straight ahead. Elbows out to the side just a little bit so they're floating away from your body just to create that most open shoulder position. And then rotate your arms back and back in. So everything is stable. Collarbones wide, shoulder blades spread. Gentle rounding in your upper back and strong belly. Soft knees, glutes 50% active. Open your arms up, externally rotating the arm bone, internally rotating the arm bone without the shoulder coming in. Out and in, 10 times. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more today. Today's really gonna be shoulder focused. We'll get into some hips also, but the shoulders can be keys to unlocking stuff that's going on in your body. It's where a lot of compensation shows up, which is why we do it first often, go after the shoulders and the thoracic back. You could have one shoulder that sits higher than the other or sits more forward than the other, one shoulder blade that wants to wing and one that wants to lay flat, and maybe there's a little scoliosis in your spine that's there. And all of the things that we're gonna do today are about moving the shoulder blades and then stabilizing them so that they are not winging off your back, that they're moving out and sliding up that like they need to when you are lifting your arms up like that, so that they're not locked in a position, and that then the arm bone is free to move when it needs to in the socket. That also can change what's happening in your upper back a little bit. So come down onto your back with your strap. And keep your block close to you. So coming down on the floor is just going to keep you in a really good and neutral position. So as you come down, be mindful of the position of your back. Feet on the floor, knees bent. And then go ahead and take your strap and just hold it up with both of your hands facing away from you. And then I want you to squeeze your shoulders down onto your back and then press them away from you. Good, so retract and protract the shoulder blades. Down and lift. Feeling the shoulder blades just moving over and around your rib cage. And make sure that the width of your strap is appropriate for your shoulders. If you have them too narrow, then it will pull on the pecs and it'll help round your shoulders, and I don't want the rounding to be helped right now. I want the shoulder blades to be able to stay wide so that they can easily slide down and up. Good, now do a pullover and bring your arms over your head, keeping your upper back down on the floor and that little bit of an arch in your lower back. And let's connect all the way into your lower body, pelvis, by hugging your heels towards your bottom so that you feel a little bit of the hamstrings and the glutes activate. Keep that, turn on your belly without flattening your back, and then bring your arms back up. Bring it over and up. Couple more. Good, now take the left hand and turn it so the palm is up. So you're still straight across here, but you have right arm down, and that's going to change what's happening in your shoulder blades. So go protract, retract. So push the shoulders away from you and then squeeze them down onto your back, collarbones wide, moving the shoulder blade again around the rib cage, down and press. In this twisted arm position. Good, and now pullovers here. One arm down, one arm up. That's going to change how the shoulders have to move as you do this. Left hand up to the sky, right hand palm away from you. Just do about 5 with enough tension in your belly. Connect all the way into your feet again by hugging your heels towards your bottom so that your glutes and hamstrings are also active and your whole body is connected. Nice. Now switch to your hands, taking your right hand up and the left hand under. And then retract and protract again, shoulders coming off of your back, pressing your hands toward the ceiling or toward the sky, and then squeezing the shoulder blades down onto your back. Lift and pull, collarbones wide. Connecting still into your feet, feeling your belly active. Soften your neck, and then pull over. I feel that all the way into my right forearm. How is it different for you from one side to the other? Now keeping your hands here before we switch, so still the left hand is facing away from you and the right hand is facing towards you. I want you to turn the strap so that it's vertical, like straight up and down like your spine, and then back to straight, and then turn, back to straight, turn, back to straight, turn, back to straight. 3 more. Still connected into your feet. Getting that backside to do a little bit of work here. Good, and then switch your hands once more. Left hand up, right under, and then turn and straight. These are little movements, but a lot has to happen in the shoulders for the arm to rotate, the shoulder blade to glide over the rib cage. All of these little movements turn on all the muscles that support the shoulder girdle and maybe take some compensations away that might be holding either the arm bone or the shoulder blade a little bit stuck. Once we free that up, it'll be much easier to move your thoracic back. Excellent. Okay, now take both elbows into the strap. So you may have to tighten it just a little bit. And then hands in so that the strap is all the way up to the elbow. I'll just show you one more time from here. And then I'm going to pull out against that strap. Press and release. Collarbones wide, shoulders in the right position, thoracic back, feeling the upper back gently pressing into the floor and the lower back lifting slightly away. Press and release. Out against that. These are like the abductors of the shoulder, pulling the body, the arm bone away from the body. And maybe you can feel what wants to happen on your back. I have one shoulder blade that wants to wing a little bit here. So I'm gonna put my weight on it a little bit more. So as I abduct the arm, the shoulder blade doesn't get to move so much, so I'm targeting the right muscles in my shoulder. Feel your shoulder blades on your back and see what information it's telling you and how you can control that a little bit better. Maybe free up your neck by doing some head rolls. Awesome. Go ahead and take the strap off. And then come onto your hands and knees. From your hands and knees, get strong in the left arm, hand, so that that pad of the thumb and pad of the pinky are holding, gripping toward each other so that the wrist is safe. And then get strong through that arm. So on that shoulder, target this camera angle, but if you sink that shoulder all the way down, the shoulder actually wants to wing up off, and if you press your rib cage up into the shoulder a little bit, you can find a neutral position. So not all the way up so that it's round, but also not hanging in the shoulder. So feel where that balance can be so that you're supported on that arm and the shoulder blade is right up against the rib cage. Then with the right hand, take it behind, right. I may have said that backwards. Right arm on the floor, left hand up. And then I just want you to open that shoulder high to the sky. And then bring it back down. Move with your breath. Now, as you rotate up like this, your right shoulder on the floor does have to open and move over that rib cage. And then as you come back down, it's going to sink a little bit. But find where that can rotate and move. Move again with your breath, lifting it up there, squeezing the air out as you rotate. Inhale, coming back down. Inhale up. Exhale. And then switch sides. Left hand to the floor, finding that position. Have some attention into your belly so that your tailbone is slightly scooped. You're just in neutral, belly active all the way to the base. And then bring that arm up, elbow to elbow, and then open it up, letting the shoulder slide over your rib cage and come back down. Breathe. Open up your thoracic back. Two more. Last one. And then coming up into this split hip position. So just holding this position puts the force into this leg and asks this hip to come to neutral. So I just want you to pay attention to what needs to happen with this side of your pelvis, the quad lengthening because the muscles that cross the knee and the hip are having to be in that lengthened position. And then squeeze the front heel and the back knee towards each other so that you're drawing energy into the pelvis. And then, I think we're okay here. Bring your arms up. You can almost imagine that you're holding onto that strap again. And then open over, so right leg forward, open to the right. Twisting your spine, squeezing the legs toward the midline. Open it, breathe, back to center. Turn the palm up as you go around. Switch sides here. Open. Back under, imagine you're holding onto that strap again. Open to the middle. Open to the middle. Good. All the way rotating from your pelvis through your back, all the way to your neck, and center. One more. Good. And then switch legs. Just feel that position for a moment, get square. Feel the load on that hip. Notice if your body wants to be tipping forward like this, and see if you can draw it up, maybe root your tailbone down just slightly. Pull on those thigh muscles. And then arms up, float it up. That means the shoulders have to have a little bit of a lift. Big full breath into your torso, and then open, turning your palm up. Open it all the way back, twisting and center. Now notice that you don't want to go into a back bend here, so stay strong through your middle back, right at your kidney area, upper back, open to the center. Let's do 3 more. And then go ahead and come down onto your hands and knees and round and arch, tucking all the way under, head down, and then go the other way, lifting all the way up. Move with your breath. Allowing the shoulder blades to protract here, come away from the spine, but not so much that you tighten in the front of your chest. So find the balance there where the shoulders get to slide apart, but your front doesn't get super tight. Those shoulder blades should feel like they slide over your ribs pretty well now after that work. And then have a seat, legs out straight in front of you. Sit up really tall. Flex your feet back, tighten your thighs. Try to put as much of an arch into your low back as possible. So holding this really stable leg position. And then go back into your shoulders, hold your fingers to your palms so that your hands are in the golfer's grip, hands at your temples, thumbs pointed down, elbows all the way together so they touch, and all the way back. Let's do 20 of these. Stay lifted through your rib cage, full through your belly, and continue to try to pull that little bit of an arch into your low back. Pull the outside of your pinky toes back so that the outer foot and the peroneal muscles of the lower leg are working and stabilizing. Thighs stay tight right in the inside of that knee, that muscle called the vastus medialis. Lifting the kneecap up. Pressing the thigh bones down into the floor. Up at the hip. It's about 16. 19 and 20. Excellent. Release that. Take a breath. Grab your strap again. Palms down, hold on to that strap, make it wide enough that the shoulders are out. Sit really, really tall, and then twist over to the right. From the base of the pelvis, turning back to the center. Other way. Squeeze the air out as you turn. Let that lift through your body. Inhale back to center. Turn. Center. Good. Change your awareness up into your shoulders. Feel how your shoulders have to move and slide. Your obliques have to work. Center. Turn. Center. One more. Turn. Center. And release. Nice work. One more here. You're going to grab elbow to elbow, thighs tight, feet flexing, and then make a square over your head. Line up your low joints, ears over, shoulders over, hips. Lift, pressing through your sit bones on the floor, through your thigh bones down on the floor. Lift up through your back. 3 full breaths, fully out, fully in. Fully out, fully in, fully out, fully in. And release your arms. Change the grip. Lift them up there again. Feet pulled back, thighs tight. All the way up. Be mindful of your upper back here. It's easy to go into extension, but keep the front ribs down. Feel the back ribs pull up so that the whole circumference of your body lifted. Fully out. Fully in. Fully out. Fully in. And fully out. Last breath in and release. Into a sitting floor twist. Cross one leg under or leave it straight. Take the left leg over the right, left hand behind you. Up and twist your body. Hold and breathe. Stay here for about a minute. Go back to your breath. From the base of the pelvis, all the way through the spine, into the shoulders, let that twist happen. Untwist. Switch sides. Right over left. Left leg straight or tucked under, you choose. Sit tall and twist. And untwist. And then come onto your back again with your strap. You're gonna take your right foot and bring it into your strap, into the loop of your strap, so that it's around your leg and you can hold on to it like this. I want you to put your spine into neutral and then hold on to the strap with both hands. Feel your shoulder blades get into a good spot to stabilize, and then turn on your belly muscles. You're gonna start to access the back side of this hip. So I want you to press that leg into the strap until you feel your hamstring and your glute activate. Press. Feel it work, turn on, and then release. Let's do that 10 times. Hold long enough in that isometric. Press till you feel those muscles really fire, and then bring it back in. Good. The upper body is stable and resisting, and you're just firing up that backside. Those are the hip extenders. Press, release. Press, release. So I'm gonna have you just start this before we turn over and do like donkey kicks, and we're gonna use this in space a little differently, but really just finding them so that you know the muscles that need to lift and move the leg when you turn over and are working against gravity. That's 9. And there's some shoulder work and some ab work happening here too, just to stabilize. Good. Take that off. Switch legs. Hold on to that strap. Arms out. Press away from you. Find the glute and the hamstring. Release. Find it. Press, hold, release. Notice if as you press, your back wants to flatten to the floor. Do everything you can not to let that happen. Stable spine, soft neck. One more. How was it from one side to the other? Okay, now onto your hands and knees again. Cue this really stable position in your arms, fingertips all the way into the palms, making that hollow position in the middle of your palm, like you can make a suction to the floor, keeping the wrists safe, finding the space in the shoulders where they're not winging up off, but they're just flat against your torso. Then cue your belly, turn your belly on. Let's go left leg first, lift it up, donkey kick 10 times, find the same muscles you just found pressing against that strap to lift and lower the leg 10 times. Then come down, switch. And release. And then bring your elbows down to the floor. Move your knees back a little bit behind you. And then just tuck your toes under and push up into a plank. Hold it for about 10 seconds. Pull your elbows towards your feet so that you're turning on that whole front side. Your shoulders are helping to support you. and then lower your knees back down to the floor. We're gonna do 3 of those. Tuck your toes under, press your knees off the floor, hug your feet and your elbows towards each other. And release. One more time, press, squeeze. And release. Over to your side so that your knees are stacked, and then you can decide here if you want to be on your elbow, that's a little more stable in the shoulder, or if you want to be all the way up onto your wrist. We're going to do those 10-second holds again. So this time, lift, hold. You can choose any variation of this, one leg out, both legs out, or just knees. And then lower your hip back down. Press it back up. Lift. This top arm can be on your hip, or you can lift it up to the sky. Take a moment and hold. Feel this entire underside supporting your body into that shoulder. The shoulder's doing a lot of work here. Down. Once more. Lift. Find your breath. And come on down. And then switch sides. Take it up. Hold. And down. And up. And down. And up. And down. Excellent. Onto your hands and knees, cats and dogs once more. Round and arch your back. Link all of that together. And then come up into this split hip position once more. This time I'm going to have you take your hands down to the floor, one on either side of your foot. And you're just going to go forward onto the back hip, protecting the back hip a little bit by squeezing that knee up. And then back, working that front leg straight. And you may have to move that leg into a little bit of a different position. So moving back and forth, forward and back. Open the hip flexor, open the hamstring. Toes can come up. That'll take it more into the calf. Couple more. And then switch sides. forward into the hip flexor, back, find where it can be into that hamstring, opening that hamstring, back and forth. And then this one, you have to have pretty healthy knees, but I want your hips to work in this position. So up to kneeling. If this doesn't feel appropriate for you, it's totally okay to skip. I want you to take side steps across your mat in this kneeling position. So I just was watching how crooked my torso is getting. So see if you can really stabilize here as you take that leg wide and then pull out and pull. So that's moving that hip out, pulling it together. When you get to the end of your mat, stabilize through your torso and go the other way. Let's do one more pass. Yeah, you could do this up on your feet too if this was too much. Excellent. And then come down onto your back for foot circles, point flexes. Find the position, shoulders underneath you. Hold the right leg, stretch the left leg straight. Find neutral in your pelvis. So slight curve in the low back, gentle rounding. Really pay attention to that work we did in the shoulders, getting the shoulder blades into a good position and your neck. And then circle your foot all the way around 20 circles. Reverse. Point and flex. And switch. Stabilizing with that bottom leg, stretching it straight, shoulders down and back, big circles. Reverse your direction, 20 more. As you're doing your circles, think of blood being pumped down into your toes, into your feet, bringing good healing energy, letting all the valves that help the veins bring the blood back from your feet, exchange that old blood for new blood, letting gravity just help it come back toward your heart. The lymph also, all the fluid that can get stuck down at the ankles. Right now it has a chance to move back this other direction and get new, fresh fluid. point and flex. All of that happens, lymph fluid moves by the contraction of these muscles. And then both legs out straight on the floor. Do a few femur rotations, rotating your legs out and in. And then set up either into static back or into your Shavasana, legs out straight. Get cozy. Turn your attention to your breathing. Big full breath in and out. Start at your fingers today. And fingers on both hands. Just give them attention. And know that there's perfect healing in every cell in your fingers. Bring that up to your forearms. And add the awareness of perfect health in your forearms and your upper arms. Every cell in your forearms is happy and well. And then into your neck. And as you are supported by the floor and you feel the curve of your neck and all the work that we did in your shoulders today, you can let the muscles that support the neck to soften a bit. And know that the spacing in the bones can perfectly align with well-hydrated discs in your neck for ease of motion and alignment, and that all the nerves in your neck have space so that they can be the power supply to your arms and your organs and into your torso. And then bring that awareness into your torso and into your heart. And let your heart perfectly cycle and pump the blood in exchange for oxygen to every cell in your body. And into your lungs. With each conscious, aware breath, you bring beautiful, clean, fresh oxygen into your lungs, and it fills down to every alveoli, every particle that exchanges oxygen for carbon dioxide in your lungs. And then into your belly and your digestive organs. And they make up a huge amount of your immune system. So just give awareness to your guts and let there be perfect exchange of good bacteria and health for amazing immune system in your guts, into your pelvis that is supported by the floor and aligning perfectly with your sacrum and your leg bones, so that your low back and hips are healthy and stable when you're walking and moving. Into your upper leg. And let the strength of the muscles that support your legs and align the leg bones have exact balance that they need to between the front and the back and the inside and the outside. So that the knee has perfect alignment and space. And that hinge joint works just like we need to. And then into your lower leg and the muscles that support the movement of your foot. And just again, send some healing energy for perfect alignment of the lower leg and ankle. And into your foot. And just that little appreciation for the fact that we can stand all the way upright on this incredible piece of engineering that is our foot and arches, and how the bones can move so that you can walk on uneven surfaces. Just send some gratitude and healing for perfect alignment in your feet. And then just take a big awareness of bright light and let it just encompass your whole body. And let that white healing light just flood every part of your being. And let it be magnified by the support of all of your friends in this community. And love from me. And then go ahead and just shrink that light into the size of a pearl so that you could keep it in your pocket for the day. You are welcome to just turn off your computer and stay in this state, or you can take a few moments to say goodbye. Your choice.
I know. Hi, did you go outside?
That was awesome, Kyra. Shoulders.